Hello, welcome to my video essay. My name is Sophia Curry and I am talking about the dangers of microtrends and the influence they can have on people. So the first point that I want to make is that trends come and go. There's always going to be things that get popular and leave, and that's how society and our fashion works. It's completely normal. Microtrends are a big part of TikTok and Instagram and how people curate their image, especially in the past couple of years. Things like cottagecore, indie, alternative, all of those are styles that people try to cram themselves into so that people view them a certain way. Throughout history and throughout time, trends have always come and go, and it's going to continue to go like that. But in recent years, there has been a huge upspike in super niche and micro trends that people are trying to cram themselves into in order to be special and be different. It puts a need to stick labels on everything when that's not how fashion and reality works. There's not really a need for that. And of course it can be fun to take certain inspiration from certain styles. That's completely okay. That's the whole point of trends and fashion, is to figure out how to express yourself and to better understand what you like. But there comes a point where it becomes too much. I am a victim myself to microtrends and things that get popular. Everyone is. It's normal. But there comes a limit where it can go too far. Overhauling your entire wardrobe or putting away a bunch of clothes and only wearing specific ones because it fits this vibe isn't sustainable. It's not good for anyone's mental health either to feel like they have to fit into a certain box. I know when I felt like this and I was like, oh, this doesn't match my style, I felt so insecure about anything that wasn't a part of that. And especially for younger kids on the internet, with that influence, it makes them feel like they need to decide, okay, who am I based off of how I dress and how I express myself, when there are so many facets to human beings. Expressing ourselves through fashion is just one way, but what also matters, and I know it's cliche, is how we treat people, how we view morals and ethical issues, what we find important in life. And expressing ourselves through clothes is just one of those ways. Trying to fit yourself into a specific style and aesthetic also gets rid of your individuality, because you are getting rid of other things that you may love. You may have a t-shirt or a sweatshirt that you absolutely love, but now you've declared you can't wear it because you're trying to fit into a certain style. Everyone, again, cliche, everyone is special in their own way. The fact that you are alive and are wearing whatever pieces of clothing, whether it's just sweatpants and a sweatshirt, is unique and special because it's you wearing it. Your style, your aesthetic is you. It's everything you like. It's an accumulation of the things you love and hold close to you and how you view yourself. Trying to fit into cottagecore or indie, of course there might be pieces you have that are like, oh wow, this is definitely like goes along with this kind of style. But that doesn't mean that you have to make everything you have fit into it and only that. Brands like Shein, Wish, Temu, all are using unethical practices to produce this much clothing. In your head, you might think, oh, I'm just gonna hop on Shein. I have a party to go to. I really need a outfit that's this specific kind of style. Let me order it cheap and quick off of Shein. Now, it sounds nice, but in reality, when you're buying these clothes, you're buying them from brands and funding that brand and company who use incredibly unethical practices. Through an article on from Global Affairs by Hope O'Dell, they specify the conditions at these workplaces. They end up working 14 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. These brands take advantage of low-income countries, and they have no other option but to keep working there because they need the money. Even though it's not helping them in a huge way, they're taking whatever they can get. When we as a collective society are buying from brands like Shein, we may use these clothes a couple of times and we forget about them. And even when we donate clothes to a thrift store or whatnot, other places, in the end, so much of the clothes and products that those brands produce ends up in landfills. It is not good for the environment and not good for the people who are making them either. They are being exhausted. Different things that they need to make that are humanly impossible. These are people that need help, and big corporations are taking advantage. Microtrends are harmful to our identity and self-expression. They limit people, and not only that, they also create damage to the environment by using very unethical labor practices. And with the amount of clothes that are produced, they oftentimes end up in landfills. It is needed to be aware about where you are buying from and if it's sustainable, and it's very important to understand where your clothes are coming from and to think, is it worth it? Thank you for watching. I highly recommend you read a little bit about, where your clothes come from, and how all of that works. Again, I understand so many different brands use fast fashion. These specific brands use this type of labor in such a way that is unlike other companies. They are producing thousands of more products than any, company you see in stores here who are still using labor. But I highly recommend that you read up a little bit about it and kind of understand where your clothes are coming from.